been paid for by the New World Order.
Oh, you didn't know?
You ready? Let's go!
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella, part of Team Elite. More on that later. And I am here with you for another attack to your audiological senses with the Sportswire. Today is Friday, May 22nd, 2015, and I'm here recording another episode for you. I know you're used to Mondays and Thursdays, but I will say this, yesterday I didn't get a chance to record a show, but you know what I did do was I released another one of the New England Knights games that I had from 2008 in the vault, and released that. Get you used to the Sportswire's commentating style because of coming up on May 31st, the home opener of the Connecticut Panthers. That's right, the Connecticut Panthers are going to be in Meriden, Connecticut. I'm going to be doing all their home games live right here on Sportswire on Fat Cat Radio. So a couple things I want to talk about, and first of all, let's get some business out of the way, brother. Alright, and that business is this. Coming up tomorrow night, Saturday, May 23rd, at the Bethany Town Hall, is the NEW Bethany Bash. Northeast Wrestling is going to be taking over the Bethany Town Hall for a great night. Bell time is at 7. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be there. My son will be there with me at his very first live wrestling event. I think it's going to be a fantastic day for that. Also, I'm going to be there getting an interview with NEW superstar, indie wrestler Bobby Ocean. And that interview will be coming up. We'll put it on next week's show. Next Thursday is going to be a big show, because you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the interviews that I've amassed over this past month, put them together into one show. So in one show you'll have not only Bobby Ocean, you'll have WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, WWE Hall of Famer El Matador Tito Santana, and Connecticut Women's Basketball Hall of Famer Jim Bombassi, all in one jam-packed interviewing episode. So that's coming up next Thursday. Another programming note coming up on the 31st of May. That's Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. at First Base Sports Cards and Collectibles on Center Street in Wallingford, Connecticut, will be 2015 WWE Hall of Fame inductee, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. He'll be there from 3 to 5 p.m. joining autographs. I'm going to try to be there, but with the game coming up that night for the Panthers, I'm not sure how the scheduling is going to work out. But once I find out exactly where the Panthers are playing, I will put it up on our website and let you all know as well. Our website is www.swe-ct.com. You can also find us on www.myfatcatradio.com. Check us out on Facebook. Like us, definitely. www.facebook.com/sportswirect. And also www.facebook.com/fatcatradioenterprises. Also, you could download and subscribe to us on iTunes just by searching searching for Sportswire, and you'll see our logo, and you just subscribe to it. That way, every new episode will come directly to your iOS device whether it's your iPhone or iPod, iPod Touch or iPad or anything with iTunes on it. It'll come directly to your iOS device. You can also find us on Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram and SoundCloud and Tumblr, and you can find us all with the name SWE Connecticut. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's going to be a jam-packed day, and as I brought up in the beginning of the show, Big Daddy Cool has officially joined Team Elite. Hashtag Team Elite. And you know what? Do you know what Team Elite stands for? Well, this is how it was explained to me. Okay, we have a guy on Fat Cat Radio. He's a DJ. He's a great Canadian DJ. I believe he's been voted as Toronto's best hip hop artist, Toronto's best DJ 3 years in a row. His name is Twizm White Peace. TWIZM WHYTE PIECE. Twizm White Peace. He is looking to be signed by Warner Brothers, and we're looking to get him signed by Warner Brothers. So I've posted, along with Big Lou and Twizm himself, along with some other people, we've posted the link to go to a section, I believe it's allaccess.com, and you read the interview with Twizm, and then you have to comment. He needs 400 comments by Wednesday of this week, which means, and last I checked, he was only at about 140. So he still needs 260 or so comments to go. And that was as of, earlier today. So let's see if it changed, but either way, he needs 400 by Wednesday. So check him out. That's Twizm, TWIZM, White, WHYTE, Peace, PIECE, Twizm White Peace, live on Fat Cat Radio. Check him out. He's on quite a few times during the week. He is, like I said, he's been voted Toronto's best hip-hop artist. And we actually have a song from him for today's episode. We've actually got a lot of songs for today's episode. And the first song is going to be from Twizm. And I'm actually going to go to that right now, a little earlier than expected. But that song right now, it's called Do You Remember by Twizm White Peace, right here on the Sportswire.
This one's dedicated to the one I still remember. Do you? They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Do you remember? All of the kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember? All of the promises, the memories, have you forgotten all of them that easily? I'm sitting here stuck, looking out the window at the rain come and go, the days come and go, the pain come and go, the memories of us that I just can't let go. The moment that we met, our eyes lined up, spying deep inside each other's souls. We both knew from the go we had to grab a hold of this train ride. It started like a roller coaster, now like a children's track, we moving slower. Hollering and screaming, fighting and believing the best we had already achieved. I believe the moment that we accepted defeat came when we stopped fiending for each other, stopped being there for each other. But there is no other that I would have ever put before you. It's just that the proof I had for you wasn't the truth for you. Now I'm sitting here so shattered, feeling like a fool. Does it even matter? Do you remember? Kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember? All of the promises, the memories, have you forgotten all of them that easily? Too many opportunities to recover from the troubles we were dealt, but not enough energy or health to continue to fight the blows being thrown just below the belt. We use words to cut deep like a ginsu. With issues remaining, we never talked and or rearranged behaviors and or actions. I'm thinking back to when I was backtracking, being attacked by your friends, haters, and pretends. Who was there with a shoulder to lend? Who held your hand when the last man left you stranded? Who took you from misery to happiness by being the friend that made you mad at snowball fights in a snowstorm? Candles lit, formed in a heart with warm oil to start the massage, a collage of pictures, prayers uttered together, filled with wishes. Our best intentions never made it to reality. It's a sad reality, thinking of it really. Do you remember? All of the kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember?
All right, and that was "Do You Remember" by Twism White Peace. That was Twism White Peace right here on the Sportswire. Thank you very much for that, little feller. Okay, I got my son here with me tonight. He's helping out on the production end, and I definitely want to thank him for that. He's probably this time up past his bedtime, but you know what? It's a weekend. He's able to stay up. He's going to be with me tomorrow night at the NEW Bethany Bash at the Bethany, Connecticut Town Hall. That's Northeast Wrestling. And he'll be with me when I interview Bobby Ocean as well. So check that out. Like I said, bell time is 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Bethany Town Hall tomorrow. Okay, so this past Wednesday on the WWE Network, which is only how much? $9.99 a month. There was an NXT special, NXT Takeover Unstoppable. Let me tell you something. Thanks to NXT, I've been getting more into the indie scene. As you can tell, I'm going to the NEW show, and then RPW is coming to Bethany as well, coming in June. I'm going to try to make it to that, and there's some coming up in September as well. Either way, WWE has cornered the market with NXT. NXT is the best, honestly, in my opinion. NXT is the best brand they have. It's better than Raw. It's better than SmackDown. It's better than TNA. I don't really watch Ring of Honor, so I can't comment on Ring of Honor. But it's better than TNA and Raw and SmackDown. The fact of the matter is this: WWE NXT has an indie feel to it because you're in. The guys, the fans are in close to the ring. The guys have a little bit more creative control over their, over what's going on in the ring, their character, and you know what? Even if they screw up a little bit, they're learning. So, quite honestly, the fact of the matter is that NXT is where it is. They put on a fantastic show. They had a surprise debut as well that on Wednesday night at Unstoppable, and we're gonna try to break it down piece by piece. I'm not, I don't have the memory of an elephant, although I may be the size of one, and but I'm going to try to go through it as best as I can. The opening match was a number one contenders match between Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze. It turned into a one-on-one match after Hideo Itami was taken out in the parking lot, which was the way to write him off TV because he's injured. Because it was supposed to be a triple threat match. But either way, it turned into one-on-one between Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze. Finn Balor came out in his demon gimmick, his demon character, all the makeup. And he's actually the current, on the latest episode of Talk is Jericho, with Chris Jericho, Finn Balor is the guest with Jericho. So I definitely recommend you check that out. It's Talk is Jericho, which is on podcast1.com, but you can also download it on iTunes while you're looking up the Sportswire. You can look up Talk is Jericho as well. Finn Balor comes from Ireland. He's 33 years old, which means he's my age, and he has finally made it to the NXT, and he talks about the origin of the name, because his real name is Fergal Devitt, and they changed his name when he came into the WWE for NXT. And the guy's a great interview, let me tell you that. He's actually going to be wrestling Chris Jericho in Japan in July, over July 3rd and 4th, or 4th and 5th in the Tokyo Dome. And that's going to be great. And that's part of Chris Jericho's WWE Summer Tour, which comes to Bridgeport, Connecticut on August 21st of this year. And quite honestly, I'm going to try to be there. I'm going to actually try to get luxury box for that event, because the day before my birthday. But I'm getting sidetracked. So Finn Balor against Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze came out and he had live broadcast his interview on one of a new social media. I've never heard of it. I guess it has to do with Twitter, and you could live broadcast something via Twitter. I honestly forgot the name of it, but you could tell that the WWE is cutting edge in all of social media. For Vince McMahon to have over a million followers to break that milestone is amazing. But WWE is at the head of everything for when it comes to social media and the internet. You look at the award-winning WWE Network; it's absolutely fantastic. I wish I had the money to get the SWE Network started first before all of the WWE Network came through, but I didn't. Anyways, Finn Balor won the match. There were a lot of high spots in that match. They kicked it off right because with Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze are both up-and-coming stars, obviously being in NXT. But I severely see Tyler Breeze, either one of them for that matter, getting the call up to the main roster anytime now. And you can't say it's going to be one of the other before, because they're just absolutely fantastic. But like I said, Finn Balor is coming up to the main roster, at least for the summer tour of Japan, July 3rd and 4th, where he'll be fighting Chris Jericho. All right. Then after that, they had Baron Corbin and Rhino. That was a decent match. Rhino is still in great shape. He's still got it, and for him to come back and work with these younger guys, it's a tremendous testament to him. He's been the world champion. He's main evented pay-per-views. And for him to come back and want to work in the developmental territory with these younger guys shows the kind of humility and the kind of mindset he's in. He realizes that if he doesn't train the younger guys, there's going to be no legacy that's going to be left behind. So he's in there now. He's going to train a lot of the newer guys. Okay, so what else we got in NXT? Also, there was a women's tag team match. Charlotte and Bayley against Emma and another diva. I can't remember her name right now. Dana? Something or other. You know what? I'm going to look it up because that's bothering me now. NXT.com. It should go right to... okay, that's not where it's supposed to lead me to. Dana Lynch? Is that her name? Could be. Well, let's get to the WWE and let's figure it out. Okay, come on. Divas. And see, that's the one thing that I have to say that I have always told you, that I will always be on the air during my screw ups. Divas Dynasty. Alexa Bliss. No, not Alexa Bliss. It was Dana Brooke. Okay, I knew it was Dana. So Dana Brooke and Emma against Charlotte and what? Charlotte and okay. I'm getting confused. Charlotte and Bayley. It was a decent match, and it's good that they're giving the Divas some more time down in NXT. I think it's fantastic that Bayley had the opportunity to tag with Charlotte, and to have Dana Brooke and Emma actually lose the match. Charlotte and Bayley went over, and it was a good match all around. I could definitely see Charlotte going up to the main roster any time now. She is the daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. She got 2 great moves, Natural Selection and the Figure 8. The Figure 8 being the Figure 4 with her doing a bridge, something that I could never, ever see Ric Flair doing. So I give her props for doing that, but I would definitely see Charlotte up on the main roster any time now. Alright. So we went over 3 matches of NXT Takeover. Another match was a tag team match. It was Blake and Murphy against Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, also known as Big Cass. They remind me of Jersey Shore rejects. Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore. They're almost like the FBI used to be in ECW. Just the stereotypical Italian loudmouth people. Now I'm Italian. I can talk about Italians that way because I don't get offended like that. If you do, well, it doesn't matter to me if you get offended. But the fact of the matter is, they do. They give Italians a bad name, but they're over. The fans are able to recite word for word Enzo Amore's entrance, and they're over, especially with Carmella and the diva that's with them. And they could have chosen a different name for Carmella, but that's her name. I mean, Carmella was the wife on The Sopranos, so right there tells you that they've got some kind of an Italian gimmick. But either way, it's it was a really good match. Blake and Murphy ended up pulling out the victory. And I saw a lot of, I saw some rookie mistakes, but they're okay because they're supposed to be making rookies mistakes because they are rookies. They are in NXT for a reason. They are rookies. They are learning. So, I mean, either way, it's more about learning the timing and the pace of the match that really works well for them. And it didn't work well for that. Alright, so there's a couple more matches on the card that I've left to go over. I'm going to hit our next song. It's another new band. It's another new band that I've never played here on the Sportswire before. It's called the band is called Second Skin, and the name of the song is Bottle. Right here on the Sportswire. Excuse me, I need the mouse. Thank you. All right, and that was Bottle by Second Skin, live right here on, well, not live, but right here on the Sportswire. That was it's definitely a great band, a great local band, great song, and it's amazing. My son playing the air guitar right here with me. That's it's obviously a first for Sportswire to be playing that song, but it was a good song. So that's Second Skin with Bottle. Okay, so as I said before earlier in the show, definitely go to I've been posting about allaccess.com, Twism White Piece. Definitely go there. I'll put up the link one more time later on today or tomorrow, and maybe every day until Wednesday, just to get comments. He needs 400 comments by Wednesday. We want to get him signed by Warner Brothers. His name is Twism White Piece. You do remember earlier in the show, and maybe if you're lucky, I'll play it one more time later on in the show. I don't know, but if you're lucky. Okay, so on to we got the last two matches at NXT's Unstoppable to go over. The first one being the Divas, or the Women's Championship match, and that was between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. And let me tell you something. I couldn't tell who was the face or who was the heel. Going into that match, and maybe it's because I don't follow NXT completely closely, but I think that what they're doing in NXT is obviously they're trying to learn the different characters, but when you have a feel that it's indie, you don't necessarily know who to cheer for or who not to like. Like me personally, I was cheering for Becky Lynch, but I've heard that people saying that she was the heel and Sasha Banks was the face. Now, I don't necessarily like Sasha Banks' character, because for her it works, but and obviously being a women's champion, it works. But the whole idea of I'm the boss and this and that and the other thing, and do it like a boss, that doesn't sit right with me. And I choose I was rooting for Becky Lynch. I thought her attitude change was just fantastic, and she's not taking no for an answer. I thought she held in there tremendously, and for her to get a standing ovation and a cheer after the match, after losing to Sasha Banks, and after Sasha Banks and the referee went to the back, she had that moment where she was left in the ring after tapping out, and she got a standing ovation. She got cheered. That's the mark of true storytelling. She had they both did. They both had the audience at the edge of their seats, and I'm telling you, the Divas of NXT are much better than the Divas on the WWE roster. The Divas of NXT are a throwback to the likes of Trish Stratus and Lita, or Moolah and Mae Young in their prime, not in the 90s, in their prime. But the fact that they're now, honestly, I feel like they're much better at wrestling, the Divas of NXT, than the Divas on the main roster. I mean, Nikki Bella's getting better. Okay, Natalya is being used as a valet, which for the life of me, I don't understand why. She's escorting her husband, which is Tyson Kidd, and Cesaro down to the ring on a weekly basis, and she's not getting into any matches. Unless there's some physical problem with her, I don't know. But I don't. She's the most underutilized talent in the WWE today on the main roster, is Natalya. But Nikki Bella's getting okay. Paige is good. Brie Bella, she's doing all right. Naomi is getting a little better, and then they're all getting better. But there was a time there where, before the whole Total Divas garbage started, there was a time where the women's wrestling was a second thought. And they just had to come in, look good in swimsuits, or look good on TV, and that was it. That was what a diva was, in essence. The Divas title was created for the one or two decent women wrestlers that came through that were also, photogenic enough, shall we say, to be posed and to pose in swimsuits and the like. But the NXT Divas division, the NXT Women's division, is fantastic, and I cannot wait for these girls to get their break and push out all the nonsensical divas that are just there for looks. Because I'm telling you right now, there was a long period of time that whenever the divas came on, I would go to the kitchen and get a snack. And that has nothing to do with me not wanting to see them in skimpy outfits, because, well, any man does. It's eye candy. That's what puts butts in the seats. That's what, makes people want to watch. Of course, that's also, sometimes disrespectful to women. I must put that in there. But, regardless of the simple fact that that's their job. And quite honestly, the fact that the WWE Divas are even getting a lot of opportunity, it's because of AJ. And that whole Give Divas a Chance thing that happened in February. Now, Stephanie McMahon was quite upset with AJ for starting that. But she also has to agree that, we have, or they have, a number of successful and talented women wrestlers in NXT. And Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch are just a few off the top of my head that I could name that would actually make it up on the major league, the WWE, the main roster. I think it would be freaking awesome. Okay? And you heard it here first. And the last match was the NXT champion Kevin Owens against a 50% injured Sami Zayn. And why I say 50% injured, because he went in with a shoulder injury that he sustained even before the John Cena match on Raw. But he was aggravated on Raw. And Kevin Owens has exploited that. The match had to be stopped. And, Kevin Owens wouldn't stop beating down on poor Sami Zayn. But, Sami Zayn chose to waive the insurance for it, and he said, "Let me out there," and he got his butt beat literally in the ring, or the match had to be stopped. But there was a huge debut for NXT, and that was none other than former TNA and Ring of Honor heavyweight champion Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe came down and got in the face of Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe is here to stay. He signed, as far as I know, signed a 2-year deal with the WWE. He'll be in NXT for a while, then he'll make it to the main roster, and he's keeping his name, he's keeping his gimmick from TNA. Throw back to the indie years. The guys came in with their own gimmicks intact, their own storylines, their own characters. And they paid for everything to do with their character. And Samoa Joe, what can I say about him? He's a fantastic suplexer, and he reminds me of a younger version of Taz. He's a fantastic submission specialist, which his shirt actually says that. And he's going to cause some waves in the WWE, no doubt about it. Okay, I'm going to go to my next song. Right here on the Sportswire. It's another country song by one of my favorite country singers that I've heard since starting this podcast, AJ Jansen. The song is called Country Song Survivor, right here on the Sportswire.
It's Friday night. Charlie greets me at the door. I'm feeling fine. He knows what I'm looking for. With a wink and a smile, he catches my attention. God bless the man and his patience. No, I ain't from Tennessee, but country music's in my blood. I got it from my grandpa. He used to sing the songs he loved. I don't abide by the rules of a typical cowgirl, but I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. the scars of the honky-tonk bars in my blood. And when the music's so loud, they don't give a damn where I'm from. Don't tell me that I don't belong in this ballroom, just 'cause I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. They come in to see me sing about the legends and lost highways. I remind them for a moment everything's okay, with a tip in a jar and an old guitar that's tired. Y'all, here's a northern Yankee country song survivor. The scars of the honky-tonk bars in my blood. And when the music's so loud, they don't give a damn where I'm from. Don't tell me that I don't belong in this ballroom, just 'cause I'm a northern Yankee country song survivor. It's Saturday night. Charlie greets me at the door. He says he's doing alright as he points me to stage door.
All right, and that was AJ Jansen with Country Song Survivor right here on the Sportswire. And that was one of her slower songs, more, I guess, more personal, if you will, song. I mean, that was just actually quite a great song. She's a great talent, AJ Jansen, right here on the Sportswire with Country Song Survivor. Okay, so I'm back now. I went over on NXT Takeover, Unstoppable. I thought that was, like I said, I thought that was a fantastic show. And if I can get my cord out from wrapped around my chair wheel, that would be great. There we go. Okay. Like I said, it's a Friday night here, folks. It's Friday night, May 22nd, 2015. It is Memorial Day weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for not mentioning it sooner, but I have to thank all of the veterans out there that served for our country. You know, whether they got hurt or whether they lost their lives or what have you, thank you. From the Sportswire, it is all American made here, and so just thank you to those men and women that have served our country well, and it's just amazing to think that we've been free for so long. Even because of the men and women that are out there fighting on the front lines all the time, especially in this always continuing war on terror. And again, I say thank you. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. One thing I want to I do want to mention is WWE is bringing back Elimination Chamber on on May 31st. So that's three things on May 31st. You got not only do you have Larry Zbyszko, coming to town, coming to Connecticut at First Base Sports Cards and Collectibles on Center Street in Wallingford from 3 to 5 p.m. You also have the Connecticut Panthers home opener that night that you can listen to live right here on the on Fat Cat Radio. And also, you got WWE Elimination Chamber, which is coming back to the WWE Network. It's going to be coming from Corpus Christi, Texas, and there's actually two major matches. There's an Intercontinental match and then a first-time ever Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the Tag Team Championships. And I'll have a full preview of that next Monday on the Sportswire, and we'll break things down as we find out more. Okay, so on to a little bit of sports news. Earlier this week, the Patriots decided not to appeal the punishment sent down from the NFL offices about Deflategate. But that doesn't impact Tom Brady, who has appealed, and that it'll go, to an arbitrator or whatever. About Deflategate, it will go through. But for Robert Kraft, who arguably is obviously one of the most controversial owners in the NFL, with the Patriots, having Spygate and now Deflategate and all the gates that are there, they decided not to appeal the punishments, not to change them. So, in my opinion, is that admitting guilt? I still don't agree with Tom Brady getting suspended for 4 games, but I agree with the sanctions put down on the team by the league. So, if that's not an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. Because apparently right after the problem arose, these two guys that were working in the equipment room were put on immediate either suspension or being fired. There's just so much wrong with that whole Deflategate situation. I don't feel like going through it again because it's just not worth going through again. But I will say, but there are a couple other sports that I don't usually go over here on the Sportswire. This coming weekend, being Memorial Day weekend, you got 2 big races. You got the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. I believe the Indy 500, well, that's obviously from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But the Coca-Cola 600, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is down in Florida at the Daytona Speedway or in Charlotte, North Carolina, Ric Flair Country. Woo! At the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You know what? Let me look that up right now. The Coca-Cola 600. Where does it emanate from? Coca-Cola 600. It's easy. Charlotte. It is from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Last year's winner was Jimmy Johnson, and this year actually there's from what I've heard, it was either this year or last year. Maybe it was last year, but I know there was Kurt Busch, but I thought he was suspended from NASCAR. So, as far as I know, he was going to try to run both in the same weekend. I think maybe that was last year. Like I said, I don't follow auto racing, so I don't know. If you do know, definitely tweet me at SWE Connecticut or send us a Facebook message and like us, facebook.com/SportswireCT. Everything else, Pinterest, Tumblr, SoundCloud, Instagram, Foursquare, it's all SWE Connecticut, just like Twitter. So go there, like us, follow us, whatever you want to do, pin us, Google, that's right, Google Plus and YouTube are Sportswire SWE. So there's quite a few of them out there, quite a few names out there. There's facebook.com/SportswireCT. There's youtube.com and google.com/Sportswire SWE. And then there's also Twitter, Pinterest, Foursquare, Instagram, Tumblr, SoundCloud. They're all SWE Connecticut. And then, of course, don't forget you can always download and subscribe to the Sportswire on YouTube or on iTunes. Go to podcasts, search Sportswire, and you'll be able to subscribe to us, which means every new episode, including this one, will be delivered to your iOS device of your choice, be it iPod, iPad, iPhone, or just plain iTunes on your computer. So, definitely take advantage of it because, it's a great show. And I want to thank all the listeners that have been tuning in and have been helping us. We grew 50% last week alone, just in our listeners. And Fat Cat Radio has been growing exponentially with our followers and our listeners. So thank you to the fans out there because you're awesome. Another big thing that we're trying to do is Team Elite, hashtag Team Elite. Twism Whitepiece is a DJ here on Fat Cat Radio, and he's been called Toronto's best hip-hop artist. And I will be posting another link for all access. And go there, you read the interview, and you comment at the bottom. He needs 400 comments by this coming Wednesday to possibly get signed by Warner Brothers. Which means if he gets signed, we all get signed. But let's work to get him signed. Let's get him to achieve his dream. I think that's just absolutely awesome. I give him a lot of credit and a lot of props. Okay, we've still got more songs to listen to here on the Sportswire. This is going to be the episode with the most songs. We've already done 3 of them. I got 2 more to go. We're going to take another break. We're going to go to another song. This is our old buddy J Deuce. It's called Never Take Us Down. Played it last time, but I'm playing it again. Never Take Us Down right here on the Sportswire, J Deuce.
From the vast, expansive universe, in a small city at the heart of the United States, one borough is responsible for the birth of hip-hop.
Say on the track with an army behind me. Say on the track with an army behind me. And say on the track with an army behind me. And say on the track. Say on the track, signified in the back. Got an army all behind me, our position is whack. Devils try to take me down, but we're sending them back. This is not your opinion, this is a matter of fact. I'ma make the speakers blow, better keep it on track. Knowing who is on my side by the way that they act. Not many can rap. If you don't respect the game, then you're caught in the trap. People try to take me down, but there's something they lack. It's a call of my God, it's picking up all the slack. Steps us up on the map. What you thinking of that? I'm believing in the meaning of the truth in this crap. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
During this ride, make sure your belt is fastened. With J Deuce's rapping, amazing happens. Forward in high fashion, that's the main attraction. Very little I'm lacking, many lines I'm packing. You want something real, let us be your satisfaction. Similar to NFL Madden, these tracks I'm tackling. I look to inspire with the rhymes I'm stacking. It develops into verses supposed to be attractive. So it looks good, consider it lyrical fashion. Cause my concepts and metaphors are all matching. Ain't nothing about me fake, so you know I ain't acting. But I'm still entertaining, some lights, camera, action. Put me in your headphones, your head is in the hurricane. That's how it is, the way I blow your mind away. Prepare me with the Tampa Bay Rays, cause I'm the underdog fighting, taking out the devil, Lord devil.
Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
Son of God, that's the name that I'm living by. I'm saved from the sin and high, I'm praising the living God. I serve him, ain't sin, I'm a vessel. I use gifts, bless you like het you. Bless me, Lord, teach me how to live life, imitating the perfect example that is Christ. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. So we serve Jesus because life is who he is.
I'm a change, this is far from a phase. I'm shooting every phrase, aim to give my God praise. In my sins I was chained, living something like a slave in a cage, so afraid. Now I'm posted on his name. He is the lion, coming down from Zion. No lying or denying, after troubles come to triumph. Don't fear 2012, no mind hieroglyphics. I will not fidget, get my wisdom from his scriptures.
Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jay Deuce and Friends on Sportswire with "Never Take Us Down." Great song, I have to say. It's probably Jay Deuce's best song out there, and he's got some friends on the track with him. It's called "Never Take Us Down." Check him out. He's got an album out on iTunes already. That's Jay Deuce, Christian hip hop artist, one of my good friends. All right, so what else? What else we got going on here this week in sports? We have a possible Triple Crown winner coming up for the Belmont. The Belmont Stakes. American Pharaoh. Thank you. My son knows that. My son knows more than I because he actually watches the horse races. I don't. But either way, American Pharaoh, he won the Kentucky Derby, he won the Preakness, and now he's going for the Belmont. From what I just learned this last night, I have to say, a good friend of mine, Jim Hefts, shout out to him and his fiancée, Rose Beaujour. They are getting married tomorrow, the 23rd. He informed me that the reason why it's so hard to do a Triple Crown is, number one, a horse has to win 3 races in 5 weeks. The other thing is the Belmont is 1.5 miles as opposed to 1.25 miles for the other 2 races. So, a horse usually ends up losing speed around the 1.25 mark. So to go that extra 1/4 mile is rough, and especially after running twice in the past 5 weeks. So I will say that I could honestly see it happening, but it is tough, especially when you have fresh horses out there that haven't run at all this year, and now you're looking at the fresh horses versus the horses that have run. And American Pharaoh, it looks improbable, as we've seen over the past number of years that we've had a possible Triple Crown winner, but it could happen. And actually, Jim also gave me another piece of trivia for horse racing, which I never knew because, of course, I don't normally follow it. Every single thoroughbred racehorse in America could be traced back to 2 thoroughbred horses back in the 1800s. So that's amazing piece of trivia. I didn't know that. I don't even know the 2 names of the horses that were there, but the patriarchs, so to speak. I don't know them, but that's a really cool piece of trivia. So again, tomorrow, Jim Hefts, Rose Beaujour. Good luck. Have fun on your honeymoon next week in St. Martin, and that's coming from me, Big Daddy Cool. Okay, so coming up in September, I talked about it last Monday, and it's Ride for Lexi in New Britain on Worcester Street in New Britain, Connecticut. Sportswire and Fat Cat Radio are both going to have a table there. We're probably going to try to be broadcasting live, and it's a benefit for Lexi Zinzelet. I think I got that name correct. Let me find out and check. to make sure I have that. Oh, crud. All right. I believe it is Zinzalette, but yes, Zinzalette. I was right. So Lexi Zinzalette, she was born with brittle bone disease, and a fantastic little girl. I met her at the autograph signing last week with Tatanka, Tito Santana, and Tony Atlas, and Tyler Garceau. Just a fantastic little girl, brave little girl. She was a true superstar that I met on Saturday, and we'll be there at the benefit, a ride for Lexi in New Britain, Connecticut. We'll be there all day. We're looking for people or businesses to help us out with giveaways and raffles. Try to raise some money for this little girl, and I'm sure the doctor's bills that are coming up. If you're a biker and you want to ride, and I'm talking about the motorized kind, the Harleys, the big ones, the big machines. And if you're a biker and you got a motorcycle and you want to ride, it's a poker run, $20 per rider, and quite honestly, it's goes out towards a great cause. Kickstands up at 9, I believe, and I just can't. I can't believe that it's going to be coming up. I'm looking forward to it. I know I talked to Big Lou, and he's looking forward to it. He's looking forward to it. And we're trying to get it. Like I said, we're trying to broadcast live from there in September. On September 20th, a ride for Lexi. Check out the Facebook page, which is Ride for Lexi 2015. Just search it, and I definitely recommend, let's go. Let's help this little girl out, and, because she is one of God's children, and, to live with that every single day, it's heartbreaking. I will see her again. She'll be at the Big Bethany Bash tomorrow night at Bethany Town Hall, the NEW Big Bethany Bash. So I definitely look forward to seeing her again, maybe bringing her and her mom on the show at one point on a podcast, and, just talking to her about, she loves wrestling, and, it's fun. This is one thing I have to say. Wrestling gets a bad rap, a bad reputation in almost all the media sources around. Because it's so violent or it's so risque or whatever. First of all, the Attitude Era has been over for 10 years now. It's the PG era, and it's been the PG era for quite a while. John Cena has surpassed every other major athlete and sports star to be the number one wish granter for Make-A-Wish in history. Previously, it was Hulk Hogan, another wrestler, and Jeff Gordon. But John Cena has far surpassed that, and it's like these guys. Even last week at the autograph signing, her wheelchair was so big it couldn't get through the aisles to the wrestlers. So the wrestlers actually came to her and gave her autographs, and took pictures with her, and it was a humbling and just meeting these kids. It's a humbling experience. It really is. It makes you realize that no matter how much pain you might be in from working out or being overweight or what have you, you're never in as much pain as somebody who has to live their life in a wheelchair. And I'm not talking about people that have done stupid things to lose their limbs, whether it be drugs or alcohol or whatever. I'm talking about the kids that are born with these diseases. They're the true superstars, and my hat goes off to them. Like I said, it's definitely a humbling experience seeing that. I get up every day, I can walk, I can move around, I complain sometimes because it's hard to put weight on my heel. Well, what if I couldn't put weight on anything and stuff just broke with no instigation? She had 73 broken bones, and that's why she's in a wheelchair. And to live your entire life in a wheelchair from a young age, it's humbling. It's heartbreaking to see that. So I love the fact that her mother is putting on this. And you know what? It may be to help with doctor's bills, and you know what? You cannot fault them for that. But whatever the case is, maybe even finding a cure for brittle bone disease, or get some more calcium, or maybe even bone transplants. I don't know. I don't know how far medication and the medical field is going to come with donations and stuff, but it's a great cause. If you're a motorcycle rider, if you're a biker, I don't know why they call it a poker run. I wish some biker would tell me and key me in, why it's called a poker run. Because when I think of a poker run, I think of guys at a poker table playing poker, not riding their motorcycles. But I, check it out. Go over to ctcruisenews.com, and that's another site that has some information on it. But definitely check it out on Facebook, facebook.com. Search Ride for Lexi 2015, LEXI. And I just can't say enough about her. Alright, so we're going to move on. Our final song of the day. It's been a song we've been playing for a while. Dean Wild. And the name of the song is Garden of Eden. Great. Another Canadian hip-hopper. And this female is absolutely talented. So here's Dean Wild with Garden of Eden live right here on the Sportswire.
Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. I'm lyrically on another level, got my dancing shoes on, but I ain't dancing with the devil. So don't go mentioning my name, boy. I'd rather sit here playing the games on my Game Boy. You know I've been on top of my game, boy. I'm just spreading the love so we can all share the same joy, yeah. It feels good, don't it? Still got a long way to go, but we came a long way from it, oh. I'm repping the South, but I'm from the North, though. Home of the Raptors, we shooting free throws. This is my Michael Jordan year, I'm on my MVP flow. Look at me go, maybe it's just my ego. I got real followers and they go wherever we go. Dude's got 1 million followers, but none in real life. Yeah, they got the views up, but that don't mean the point of view's right. Now follow me as I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. Yeah, the Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, alright, look, so I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. I got my shoes on, laced up, ready to go. Let's get this ball on, I'm on my ball wherever I go. In my garden, I'm the sunlight that helps nature to grow. It's only natural, I blow, like the wind in the leaves. I'm so breezy, fresh lemon squeezy. Chilling in the garden where needs aren't really needed. Flaws aren't seen, cause we just focus on breathing. Like, I'm just trying to let y'all in for the first time. Please don't make me have to think twice about being nice. Come take a walk with me in the garden that I sowed. Only with the best seeds, come with me and you'll see. No Wonka, but life for me is so sweet. I'm just trying to eat and then feed. Get up on my feet and then leap. Leapfrog over obstacles, all dreams are possible. Even when you wake up, dance to the beat of life. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Take my hand and let's dance in the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden. Take my hand and let's dance in the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden. Take my hand and let's dance.
Alright, and that was Dean Wild with Garden of Eden right here on the Sportswire. Great song, great artist. I have to say, Fat Cat Radio has the absolute best in local talent. May not be local to Connecticut, but it's local talent, indie talent that's not signed. So, definitely check them out. I want to thank our the great artists that we were able to utilize tonight. We were able to utilize Second Skin, Dean Wild, AJ Jansen, Jay Deuce, and Twism White Piece. Definitely check out Team Elite. We are Team Elite. Trying to get Twism White Piece signed by Warner Brothers. And so definitely check on allaccess.com. And I'm going to post that. I'm going to try to get that link posted every single day from now till Wednesday, when he's got to have 400 comments in there. He's currently, I'm assuming, around 200 or so we still got a few days to get him to the other 200. Alright, so I want to, there's a couple things that I do want to touch on, and there's a lot been going on. I've been reading a lot on Facebook, of course, and I've been reading a lot on Facebook just about the, people are thinking, people are being hateful about, the homosexuals, and Joe Biden came out with something ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Regardless of how you feel about Christians or Christianity, Joe Biden, who is the Vice President of the United States of America, came out with something and said that just by existing, Christians that are living by the Bible, okay, they're making their lives available, just by their mere existence are offensive to homosexuals. That's how dumb our vice president is. First of all, regardless of whether you're a Christian, you're an atheist, you're a Muslim, you're a Jew, it doesn't matter. The fact is, nobody here is merely offensive just by being in existence. That's the first thing. Okay? Because even me as a Christian, I would never, ever, ever say that anybody is offensive just by being in existence. I may not agree with certain people's lifestyles or their choices in life, but nobody is ever offensive to me or offensive to anybody, in my opinion, just by their mere existence, because that's just asinine and ridiculous, and just shows how dumb, how stupid, how dumb he is. That's all there is to it. Which is why I've become a Republican, and I do vote Republican. I voted for Obama twice, and I just don't see him making any progress, other than more deficit in our lives, more bills that we have to pay that he decided to borrow from the country of China, which pretty soon we're going to be the United States of China instead of America, because they own us, and we owe them so much money. But I will say that overall, going into Memorial Day weekend, our boys and girls over there and have fought valiantly. Maybe not specifically for the right effort, but they fought valiantly, or should I say, not for the right cause, but they have fought. They've lost their lives. They've lost piece of limbs and arms and legs, and some people have been scarred forever with PTSD. But I have to say thank you, because you guys are truly an inspiration. You guys are out there fighting all the time. Even the first responders, the police, the firefighters, regardless of whatever you care, regardless of what you care about when it comes to Ferguson and Baltimore and the race riots and all that. Fact is, cops and firefighters and EMTs, the first responders, put their lives on the line every single day. I know a cop, and I talk to her pretty frequently, and she was telling me how there were, just a couple weeks ago that they had to arrest someone who was sexually assaulting a toddler, and it's like these people out there exist, and it's actually quite scary. And for the cops to have to put up with it, and I swear cops have probably the hardest jobs out there, because they do have to deal with it all the time. It's not like, reading it on the media. It's not like watching it on Law & Order SVU. No, it's real for them. They have to deal with it every single day, and it's sad. But so for Big Memorial Day, thank you to all the men and women that serve our country and serve our towns and cities and states. Without you, there would be chaos or lawlessness, and so thank you. Before I get to our last segment of the day, I am going to do one more time Twism White Piece with Do You Remember? I told you if you were lucky I'd play it again for you. So here it is, Twism White Piece, Do You Remember? And we'll be right back.
This one's dedicated to the one. I still remember. Do you? They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Do you remember? All of the kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember? All of the promises, the memories, have you forgotten all of them that easily? I'm sitting here stuck, looking out the window at the rain come and go, the days come and go, the pain come and go, the memories of us that I just can't let go. The moment that we met, our eyes lined up, spine deep inside each other's souls. We both knew from the go we had to grab a hold of this train ride. It started like a roller coaster, now like a children's track, we moving slower. Hollering and screaming, fighting and believing the best we had already achieved. I believe the moment that we accepted defeat came when we stopped fiending for each other, stopped being there for each other. But there is no other that I would have ever put before you. It's just that the proof I had for you wasn't the truth for you. Now I'm sitting here so shattered, feeling like a fool. Does it even matter? Do you remember? Kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember? All of the promises, the memories, have you forgotten all of them that easily? Too many opportunities to recover from the troubles we were dealt, but not enough energy or health to continue to fight the blows being thrown just below the belt. We use words to cut deep like a ginsu. With issues remaining, we never talked and or rearranged behaviors and or actions. I'm thinking back to when I was backtracking, being attacked by your friends, haters, and pretends. Who was there with a shoulder to lend? Who held your hand when the last man left you stranded? Who took you from misery to happiness by being the friend that made you mad at snowball fights in a snowstorm? Candles lit, formed in a heart with warm oil to start the massage, a collage of pictures, prayers uttered together, filled with wishes. Our best intentions never made it to reality. It's a sad reality, thinking of it really. Do you remember? All of the kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember?
Alright, and that was Twism White Piece one more time here on the Sportswire. Like I said, definitely check him out, and let's get him signed. Let's get him to live his dream and get his dream on. Get him signed by Warner Brothers. Twism White Piece, Toronto's #1 hip hop artist, indie hip hop artist, and let's go. Let's do it. Hashtag Team Elite. Okay. Wow. It looks like we kind of lost some kind of something here. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we lost something. I don't know if we're still recording. I hope we are. But anyways, so I'm gonna go to my next. My final. My final segment. Excuse me. My final segment of the day. And that is the weird law of the week. Okay. So, here's one that's quite perplexing. There's a 3-cent bounty for each starling and 10-cent bounty for each crow killed in any village, township, or city in the state. And it was repealed in 2006. So it took 200 years to repeal that law. And here's another one. You may not swear in front of women and children. That was repealed in 2002. By the way, these are coming from the state of Michigan. Persons may not be drunk on trains. Here's one that it's actually a good law, although it hasn't evolved for today's world. No man may seduce and corrupt an unmarried girl, or else he risks 5 years in prison. Talk about trying to keep women pure. That's quite good. Okay, we're back up with our ping and our uplink, so I hope everything is still recorded. But let's see. In Clawson, Michigan, there's a law that makes it legal for a farmer to sleep with his pigs, cows, horses, goats, and chickens. OMG. Wow. I should have read that before I actually read it, but holy cow. Let me read that one more time to make sure you guys understand that. And my son has passed out. In Clawson, Michigan, there's a law that makes it legal for a farmer to sleep with his pigs, cows, horses, goats, and chickens. I have to end on that. That's just holy cow. I hope they mean the stuffed variety. But wow. So that, ladies and gentlemen, that's your episode. That's our episode for today, the Sportswire, and yes, that's right. Yeah, that's a real law in Clawson, Michigan. Okay, so I want to thank the artists of the day. Twism White Piece, definitely check him out. AJ Jansen, Dean Wild, Second Skin, and J Deuce. So check them all out. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for downloading us. Check us out at swe-ct.com, myfatcatradio.com, facebook.com/sportswirect, facebook.com/fatcatradio enterprises. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Foursquare, Tumblr, SoundCloud. They are all SWE Connecticut, and you could download and subscribe to us on iTunes. And also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/SportswireSWE. On Google+, we are plus Sportswire SWE. Thank you very much for everything. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. We'll be back on Monday with another episode.